craves your blood red till their body's dead. I don't wanna give money, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Experimental Recording Techniques. I'm Andy Shoemaker and we are at Rax Trax Recording. Today we're going to be working with some vocal effects. Specifically, we're going to be making a delay out of a garden hose. So we're basically emulating what the sound of an old Cooper time cube is, and it physically uses an actual garden hose run around in a number of loops to delay the sound in an analog way. So we're physically making the distance between point A and point B longer by running the sound through a bunch of coils of this hose so that it's almost like an echo. So our signal chain today on vocals, we have the very talented Jennifer Hall coming in to sing one of her songs for us today. She'll be singing through a mic that is a clone of Neumann U47. It's made by Bill Bradley. His company's Mic Shop. It's an MS47. And we'll be bringing that in through a vintage Neve 1073. And it's going to be then going to a vintage 1176 for a bit of compression on the way in. That's the dry signal. From there, we're going to send that back out. We're using a reamp box. Ours is a Little Labs. And we like it because it has a lot of control. We have an output trim on there and ground lift and such, so it's great for amps. There's a lot of interfaces that are building reamp outputs into them. That's really helpful if you have something like that at home. You can just go directly from there. You can also use a DI box and just kind of use it in reverse. You usually have to make sure your output is pretty low before you send it out though. So coming out of the reamp box, we're gonna go over to a guitar amp. In this case, we're using our Hiwatt Custom 50 to power the talk box that's in the next room. So let's go over there. We'll take a look at the setup through the garden hose and such to make the delay. All right, so here is our contraption. From here, we've got our speaker cable coming from the amp, and we're going into our Heil Sound talk box. Then it comes out, there's a little speaker in here, and it's sending the sound through this tube. We've actually got a couple garden hoses connected together. Sound travels somewhere in the range of a foot per millisecond. So you can kind of time your delay by how long your hose is. It's not exact, but it'll at least get you in the ballpark. This is not going to be the sort of delay that is going to give you perfect tempo matched quarter note or eighth note delays. This is definitely a slappy delay. If you record it in another track, you can always adjust it to fine tune that if you want, but without any of that, the length of the hose is creating that acoustic delay between here and here. You know, normally we've got 2 feet, 3 feet, but we're making it go through somewhere in the range of 60 some feet of hose before it gets from here to here. And up here we've just got 57 taped on the end of the hose, and there it goes through to a preamp, bringing the signal back in. So now that we've got everything set up in the other room, we're gonna come back, take a listen, we'll do a quick sound check, and take a listen to how all this comes together.
I'm staring into your eyes and they are full of fire. I hope
So this is just our dry sound. We'll bring in the delay here.
Make it out alive.
But you can hear the dark and distorted quality of it. I like to use dark delays sometimes because without the brightness of it, you don't hear quite as much attack of the repeats, especially if you're adding some feedback to it. So I'll often filter them back. The garden hose in that kind of that tubey sound of it is filtering that naturally for us. So we have less processing to do. So here's just the delay by itself. Can hear it even more exaggerated there. All right, great. Let's bring up the song and hear it in context a little bit here.
I'm staring into your eyes and they are full of fire. I hope I make it out alive. Your grip is strong, your hands are intense. Oh, I hope I make it out alive. I hope I make it out alive. Make it out alive.
All right, so we've got something that is an interesting sound. It's adding quite a bit of vibe to the mix, and it can be blended into taste to find a way that it supports without overtaking the overall sound. And it's a unique sound. It's a sound that's a little bit different because not everyone has that exact same garden hose. Not everyone has that exact same setup, and it's a way that we can create something a little bit special, a little bit unique.
A far too late a chance to play every spade.